Welcome to the podcast of Terrace Consulting.
So, hello and welcome to a new episode of the podcast. It's episode 80 already of this series of interviews, which I'm doing with global leaders from the hospitality industry. And today I have the honor of having Karim El Horr with me. Karim, how are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you, Pablo, for having me. How are you today?
Very good, very good. Thanks very much. Thank you for sharing some of your time. And with us today, Karim, who actually your role is Regional Director of Operations Support and Hotels Performance, very long title, for Millennium Hotels in the Middle East. So 51 properties that you are overseeing in that aspect. But I'd like, as always, to start from the beginning and ask you first, how has your career been so far? You're from Lebanon, so all the way from the beginning, if you don't mind, briefly up to where you are at the moment.
Wow, that's a long time. Let's start. First of all, thank you, Pablo. Yeah, thank you so much. It's an honor. You said it's 80, yeah. So I'm coming into a good number, yeah. So more than 15 years of experience. Yeah, I started in Beirut in Lebanon, where I'm originally from. This was the Phoenicia InterContinental Hotel, one of the landmark in the city, 400 plus rooms. And this was the key of how I started the hospitality, which I'm going to speak about it maybe later. And then I spent a good amount of maybe I would say 7 years in this hotel, pivoting between a management trainee position where I had the opportunity and it was the highlight of the beginning in my career to overlook many departments, starting with the FO, sales, housekeeping, mainly rooms and commercial revenue reservation. And then this has allowed me to really focus on where I like to be, which was rooms. After that, I chose my drive and my passion, which was rooms, because I found it's the closest when it comes to guest interaction. And it is one of my biggest passion, and that's why I am here today. After that, I decided to go to Dubai. Yeah, everyone loves Dubai. Everyone wanted to come to Dubai. So I had my all my connections working for me until I was really lucky to join Fairmont, the Palm Hotel. So it was a completely change in the country, brand, environment, all my surrounding. It was a new challenge that I said to myself, I can do it. I joined a completely new city. I adapted easily and so fast. The team over there was an amazing team. I had a great leader. And then from Fairmont, I saw that Dubai is the hub of this industry. Yeah. So I said, let me go to Abu Dhabi. So within the same company, Fairmont, I went to Abu Dhabi to join our Abu Dhabi hotels, or Fairmont Bab al Bahar Hotel in Abu Dhabi. Excellent property. I learned a lot with Eddie. Eddie was my GM over there. It was a great experience for me. And then after that, when you are in the operation, I used to have a lot of visits from the corporate office. Yeah. So I said to myself, I really want to be in this seat, yeah, in this side of the table. So I decided to go and execute this new venture for me, and I joined Millennium Hotels and the resorts in the Middle East region for the corporate office unit, taking care of all the Middle East and North Africa and Eastern Europe. At the time, we had, I think, 26 or 28 hotels, if I well recall. I joined as a manager of operation support, where my interaction was mainly with the GMs and quality leaders within the hotels. After that, I got promoted to be where I am today as the long title you have mentioned before. I'm the director of operation support and hotel performance for the Middle East region. So this was in brief my journey from Beirut, where I started as a trainee, until where I am today. So I've seen both sides of the tables. I've seen the corporate office. I have also seen the owner side, which I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it later on, and of course the operation when I was within InterContinental and Fairmont.
Okay, so really wide scope of experience in different departments, and you chose the one that you are now at the moment. And what does it mean? So regional director of ops support and hotel performance, what does it mean? So what is a daily, a working normal day for Karim?
Today, this role combines three major areas, I would say. The day-to-day operation, reviewing the operation, and mainly it's the quality performance of the hotels. Today we are operating 50 hotels in the region, and in the pipeline we have 9 hotels. So I overlook the operation of these 50 hotels as we speak, between managed and a franchise. And I also take care of the pre-opening. So we have 9 in the pipeline from now until end of year. So I overlook the operation or the pre-opening activities from owners relationship, legalities, OS&E, FF&E, and all the operational aspects when it comes to having or securing a good opening of the hotel. And also I'm focusing nowadays on the procurement side of the operation or operational related areas, like here, because look, I believe there is a strong correlation between quality and what materials we are using to perform in this aspect. All the today after the COVID, all the cleaning supplies, chemicals, all this, it's part of the of my day-to-day routine. A good day for me, I would describe it as combining all these three aspects. Of course, in some areas you will have a focus in one area rather than the other, but it's always combining these three areas. And there is always projects that we're working on with the hotels, with the management of the hotels, webinars when it comes to quality. So when I say operational operation support, it's mainly the quality and the guest experience support that I do with hotels. Yeah, so looking at the reviews, action planning on quarter basis, hotel visits. I visit the hotels. I visit almost 5 hotels per week, plus doing the webinars online. So of course, being there, really understanding, because Pablo, for me, it's so easy to say, hey, your hotel is not doing good, or your score is not up to my expectations. But when I go to the hotel and I really dig in and find out that these challenges are there, yeah, so I changed the whole vision towards this hotel and the whole strategy while you understand better. And the same with the video calls today. Because of the COVID, we cannot travel as we were doing before. So, video calls, doing virtual house tours, which is famous today. If you want to buy a piece of land or a flat, yeah, you can do the online viewing. And this is what we are doing today, doing the virtual house tours to really go and check the back of house, front of house, and some kind of spot checks anonymously, suddenly popping in to do a house tour. This is where we can get a better idea about what's happening in hotels. So in a nutshell, this is what happened in my 9 hours. Well, 9 hours is always a short time, yeah, but let's say 9 hours.
Officially 9 hours, yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
Long days of hospitality. By the way, why hospitality? So you started like as a trainee, but what took you to this field?
What took me? Well, you started, you're saying I'm from Lebanon, yeah? So Lebanese people, they are very hospitable. It's known. So I come from this background, from this environment. And I'm going to tell you a small story, Pablo. I would call it coincidence or desire when I was young. So the hotel where I started my management trainee, the InterContinental Phoenicia in Beirut, this is the landmark of the city. Yeah, like when you say this name, when you go have dinner, lunch, wedding over there. So it's something big in the city, yeah. So, we used to pass next to this hotel, yeah, with my parents in the car. So I always used to look, yeah, the hotel comes on a corner. And I said to myself, one day I will work in this hotel. And this was honestly, to be very frank and very transparent, this was one of my main motives to, it stayed in my head, and coming closer to the date where, choosing which industry you want to go in. I was doing meeting all my friends in this hotel, yeah, doing all my lunch in this hotel. So just to go and get closer to this hotel. So I said, I want to be in this hotel, and this hotel brought me to the industry. So plus of course, look, this is from one side, but from the other side, I'm a people's person. Yeah, I like interactions. I can speak with you for hours today, and I always like to go this extra mile when it comes to someone in front of me, which is now the guest. So also, it's from within me, this passion that is called hospitality. That's why I chose this field mostly.
And within the hospitality, front office, rooms, guest experience, because what you're saying before, I mean, you mentioned you are a people's person, and also you feel that that close contact with guests is the most important, right? You were saying before.
Yeah. Look, for me, this industry, it's the only industry, maybe not only, but it's one of the big industries where you have everything together. Yeah, you have your finance, you have your sales, commercial, you have your revenue, audit, you name it. So it's all big industries grouped under one umbrella or one industry. And for me, look, I want to make it very simple. Yeah, it's a like hospitality, guest experience, quality. It's something easy to achieve. We have all the tools. When we build a hotel, we build it for that purpose. Yeah, that's why we have a big swimming pool in this hotel. That's what we have. That's why we have the big chandeliers coming in. That's why you have all the facilities to help in offering all these services to the guests. So today, guest experience, quality, hospitality. We're the only industry where you can offer a late checkout to the guests, early check-in, a free breakfast, airport, upgrade, suite, you name it. So we have all these aspects to come and make it a wow experience, or make it up to you if we fail. So yeah, I mean, for me, hospitality is something easy to deal with. We just need to know how not to complicate it.
Okay. Yeah. Easier said than done, but yeah, it's a very, very good point. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Before we close, sorry, with your career, going through it, any mentors you've had? You mentioned before at the name of a GM. Anyone that you feel has helped you throughout your career?
Look, to be very frank, I will not name one mentor. Yeah, I came across excellent leaders. Yeah, I learned a lot from today. I'm learning a lot. Yesterday, I learned a lot. Yeah, I mean, one of the key people or the key colleagues or leaders who made this whole change in my life is the leader who brought me to Dubai and who was my mentor on daily basis. Yeah, Sumana, she's now the hotel manager in Raffles, Dubai, the Palm. She changed a lot of the way how I used to see things. She made me very adaptable to the city, to the new brand, because it was a transition period also for me. Until now, I consult her every single day. I have this, I have that. What do I do? So I would really highlight her name, yeah, the most. I had great leaders. I mentioned like Hamid, Kevork, Eddie, as I mentioned before, Tamara, but the one who really kept a trace in my career is Sumana.
Which was one of the first guests to the podcast, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Great, yeah. I have her in high esteem as well. So let's move now into the current situation of the industry. I'd like to get your opinion, your thoughts, and let's move into processes now. The pandemic has changed a lot of things, a lot of processes. Hotels are adapting, or they've had to adapt in the last few months to the new norms, let's say. So in your view, do you think these changes are going to be permanent, or it's just when things go back to whatever normal means, it will change again?
Look, for me, a couple of years back, yeah, when you used to go to a hotel and you don't see a valet parking, maybe you would go and complain. Yeah. Today, if you go and you don't see a valet parking, maybe you would say, it's for my safety. A lot of things have changed. Yeah, a lot of things have changed, and for me, it's gonna stay with us for a very long time. The masks, you will always find them at the reception and at the entrance of every outlet, for sure. Yeah, because today is not, the mask is also something that, or all these procedures are to comfort the guests that we are taking care of you and we are looking into this. Yeah, the upscale, I would call them, cleaning procedures and processes, they will stay. Yeah, because we are doing it today, and I see no reason not to, or to stop them tomorrow, or to do something different. So all these are done for the safety, and nothing can take this the importance of the safety when it comes to the industry. But some of the things that I was really looking at, and I think a lot about today, what do I need? Yeah, when I travel, what do I need as a guest before seeing it from the other side? I would need, of course, the flexible bookings policy. Yeah, today this is a key factor in how to choose a hotel. I had this experience myself. I wanted to go somewhere, and when I saw that the hotel is not flexible, I completely changed my mind and I changed the hotel. The same for the cleanliness and hygiene. Today, you go and you see it before feeling it. Yeah, you see the signs, all these. So just to put some piece of comfort in my experience. The shared spaces and the shared offices. Today, it's the trend. All this pandemic, we have changed a lot of our rooms into our day use offices, small spa, dining experience. When, for example, we have changed some of the rooms into a dining table, so you have a private dining experience next to your room. So all these, they have proved to be really a good change in the industry, and the industry cannot stay stagnated for a very long time. When I joined this industry, I used to do, I would say, 40 to 50% of what I do today in a different way, from the system, from the processes. So, and this will continue. Yeah, this will continue. So for sure, today you go in and at the airport. Yeah, I remember in Dubai airport, we used to have a couple of stations where you do the check-in, contactless check-in. Today, the majority is contactless check-in, and the minority is a physical check-in. So these are there to stay for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Completely agree with you. Yeah. And linking to that, because obviously to adapt to the changes, you need to invest in health and safety, one point, and also invest in technology and talent as well. And this industry is not really famous for investing much in talent and training, which sometimes affects the service. I mean, you are, if I can say, obsessed in good customer service and guest experience. So what is your view on that point?
Look, that's very accurate. Yeah, that's very accurate in my opinion. But let's take one step back, yeah, and to see the root cause of or why this is happening. Yeah. So first of all, the hospitality colleagues, they need to know what to expect when they go into this field. Yeah. I myself, I started my career and the first training I've done was in housekeeping, and then F&B at the pool, on the pool side of one of the hotels. I was doing the service. So I was expecting this and I loved it. The next day, my other colleague, he was not expecting this, and he was starting to complain. And so for me, I said, this industry is not for him. Yeah. So this is one of the main reasons we have a lot of colleagues who are not having in the expectations what to look at or what to receive when it comes to starting this field, especially the entry-level positions. And of course, today colleagues are there, yeah, and it's the base of all this operation. It's called colleagues. Without them, there's no guest, there is no owner's return, there is no market presence, and so on. And in my opinion, and this is one drive we are doing now in my current role, is to treat the colleagues exactly as we treat the guest. Yeah. So today you have a lot of guest cycle, yeah, guest journey cycle. We have a lot of wowing the guest. We have a lot of VIP arrivals, but we don't have these for the colleagues. Or just don't quote me on this, but we have in a very limited scale. Yeah. Today, why we cannot do, I don't know, colleagues cycle instead of guest cycle? Yeah, why we cannot do colleagues reviews? We have a guest reviews portals. We don't do colleagues reviews. How to wow the colleague of the day? All these are, and here, Pablo, I go one step back to mention how easy it is. Yeah, all these are easy to do. Yeah, I'm talking about the functionality of these actions. I don't need to invest. I don't need to build. I don't need to get, it's just, putting our priority for me today. And this is our company's mission and ambition, is to really focus on the colleagues. And by doing this, believe me, you will have a lot of decrease when it comes to turnover, because they would feel appreciated. And by the way, Pablo, let's not underestimate the basic practices within the industries that today, sadly, we're not seeing them. Like, for example, the exit interview. Today, Pablo leaves our company. Did I get everything from Pablo? Why he is leaving? What areas were not okay with him? How can we improve? And we do this exactly for the guest. The guest leaves unhappy. We call him, what can we do? Action plan, how to make this better? Are we doing this with our colleagues? To a very limited action. More frequent colleague engagement forums, yeah, to hear from them one-to-one with the GMs. Again, all these are basic, yeah, and I've seen them maybe 15 years back, but do we need them today after the COVID, after the pandemic? Of course we do, yeah. And again, I would repeat what I said before. Without colleagues, forget about all these podcasts, honestly, because there's no guest coming in. There's no way to serve them without colleagues. Owners will not invest because there's no colleagues, and it's this 360 cycle. Plus today, the career path, yeah, career path is one of the basic practices, but are we clear with the colleagues? I had I work with different companies, and I have seen the difference, and I have seen the impact that I had when I saw the two different practices. I'm not saying one is good, one is bad, but you feel, yeah, I was more engaged in one company than the other because of the career path and because of the dreams that I got in my head. I'm gonna achieve this, I'm gonna achieve that. So all this goes back to the very first point I said. They need to know the expectations and they need to know their goals, because today we have a lot of colleagues who are not really knowing what they want. Yeah, do you want to be a rooms division guy or girl, or a F&B or a commercial? When they know this and the employer helps a lot in how to achieve these goals, believe me, everyone will be happy.
Yeah, that meeting point between what they expect and what can be done for them. Nice one, nice thoughts. Now, you mentioned before you also work with procurements, with owners, and sometimes budgets are very tight, but at the same time, you really want to wow your guests. So how do you manage with tight budgets sometimes, to make sure that you have the right strategy to wow your guests?
I go back again to what I said, yeah, and you said easier said than done. And I again say it, wowing the guest is not really hard. It's not very expensive, and it's not linked to budget. Yes, budget helps, of course, but it's not totally linked to budget, in my opinion. Wowing the guest, it's all about one word. It's called emotions. When you come to the hotel, you have your expectations, and when you leave, it's either did I make your expectations, did I meet your expectations or no? And this is where your sentiment, yeah, comes to my final NPS score, or the team can know how did you do as a hotel. So again, yeah, wowing the guest is not expensive, it's not really complicated, but we tend to make it complicated. Yeah, we tend to really think of so many things, and at the end of the day, the guest is really a simple human being coming to the hotel with specific expectations. But the mistake that we are doing is, or look, I wouldn't call it a mistake, but what we are missing a little bit is reading the guest. Yeah. So today, Pablo is coming to my hotel, and Michael is coming to my hotel. Pablo, you're coming on a business trip. Michael is coming with the family and kids. Completely different expectations, completely different needs, and completely different. I might call you Mr. Pablo, and I might call him Michael. It's fine. Yeah, you would feel more at ease if I call you Mr. Pablo, because you're coming on a business trip, and the other way is also correct. So reading the guest and understanding the need of the guest, and this is basic. And believe me, you go into hotels, Pablo, you see the big chandeliers, you see the status, you see a lot of things, but doesn't mean I will be wowed as a guest. Yeah, because it touched couple of areas or couple of emotions, but not all my emotions. My emotions is mainly coming from my expectations. How to wow the guest for me is to really follow this very simple formula. We have to give the basic needs at first, and then read the guest. After that, we have to take care of our guest, and then share the emotions. Yeah, and then we want this guest to share his experience or her experience worldwide. Everyone would know how was Pablo's stay with us. And wowing the guest is not really how many fruits I put in your room, or how big your fruit platter is, because I have seen it. Yeah, I have seen it. You complain about a noise coming from the next room. What I do is I come and give you a fruit platter. this will not solve any of your problem. Yeah, it's really knowing how to tackle each and every single problem that you might face. I always tell my teams, Pablo, there is no way a hotel running, I don't know, 300 keys room, when you come to the briefing and you say, I have 1 or 2 complaints. There is no way. Something is wrong in the process. We shouldn't be proud of this. We should be very worried about this. Have knowing more our operation. We said about knowing the guest, but also knowing more about our operation, the problems that we have, listing them, not being, I don't know, shy or do not fear sharing our problems within the hotel. This will get us to quality, and this will get us to wowing the guest. So honestly, it's not linked to investment. It's not linked to doing the extravaganza things. It's really understanding the guest and giving the guest what exactly they want and what would make them happy. Recently, we're working on a big project when it comes to kids experience. Yeah, same as the guest experience, the kids experience. We found that it's very easy to please the guest, and pleasing the kids, will impact directly, will have a direct impact. And studies have shared this one, that happy kids happy parents, and this is one area we are focusing on a lot. So, and why I mentioned this, because while we focus on making the kids happy, we found out it's a very simple process to do so. Yeah, so the same is applied to the guest as well.
Mm-hmm. That's a very good approach. Yeah, and the kids are happy, the parents are going to be happier as well. So,
and this is one small example. We have one very small example to show you how easy it is to achieve wow factor in the operation.
That's great. I love what you said before. I was taking note of that. That it's not about the budget; it's about like the emotion and understanding and reading the guests. So,
and one more thing, sorry, mm-hmm. Pablo,
please.
I may add. Have a look at one of the forums, TripAdvisor, for example. Have a look at the guest reviews and the response of the hotel. And for me, this is what makes my decision going into new hotel, not the review, how the hotel answers these reviews. So to that extent, it's simple by putting a small paragraph, well written, reconfirming to the guest his or her concern and showing empathy and confirming that we're gonna take care of you. If I see this in a very natural and very constructive way, you get 80% of my attention to choose your hotel. But today, if you look at the other side of the story, you have hotels, you write a big book of complaints and things that didn't go well, and the answer of the hotel is, thank you for your comment, we apologize and we hope to see you soon. This doesn't give the right image the hotel wants to show, and then believe me, this will pull away so many guests. So it is as simple as that.
Very, very interesting. Yeah. No taken. Good. So now we were saying before, you dreamed to work in a hotel there. You passed by the car when you were a kid, and now you're where you are. So what would be your advice for young people, usually, they are in their 18, 20-year-old sort of thing, that are considering joining the hospitality industry? What would be the advice in terms of the attitude or the skills they should have if they want to succeed in this industry?
First of all, they have to really be sure about going into this industry. This industry is not a bank, it's not a lawyer firm. It's really a fast-moving and very complex industry, yet very easy to excel in. So they need to really know what to expect when they go into this industry, when they do their trainings, when they take their first job. Do I want to look into what is my salary today, or where this will lead me? What can be my next step? Which path do I need to take after looking at every single aspect in the hotel? And this takes me to my next point. I was lucky enough to be enrolled in a management trainee program, and for 18 months I was roaming all around the hotel. And after that, I chose to be where I want to continue my career with. So I had this opportunity. But what is happening today? I'm seeing a lot of colleagues, let's say, working at the front office. Then I say, if you are in the hotel, go and do some cross exposure in other departments. Go and explore what the sales and what the marketing team is doing, what the reservation team is doing. Maybe you will find your passion over there. So my advice is to really use all the possible elements when you are in the hotel to explore, because today you are in one area, but you have 16 other areas next to you. You go to the spa, go to the recreation, maybe you will find your passion over there as well. So use all the resources when you are in the hotel. So you need to love the job and to love the industry. It's a great industry. Yeah, it's a very how to say active industry. Nothing is done the same way as what was done before. Everything is new. Yeah, and the pandemic has really confirmed to us that we have to change the way how we think. We have to change on what to focus on. Yeah, and we have to be always ready for what might come next and benefit from from the mentors. Yeah, benefit from if Pablo is not my direct boss, but Pablo is sitting in my next office and he's taking care of the F&B, go and do a contact with Pablo. And this is how I got one of my jobs, because I did a contact with one of the leaders in my hotel, and this leader has taken me to my next venture. So knowing where you are heading, having a goal, yeah, I'm going today as a front office agent, or as a bellman, or as a bell captain, or as an operator, because tomorrow I want to be a GM or a director of operations or a VP in this specific company. So when you have this goal, when you have your mood board in front of you, this will be my main words for any young colleague who wants to join this industry.
Perfect. Noted. One last question then, specifically on the field that you manage that well, front office operations, any, I guess, experience, any specific skills that that person might need to have? I mean, does it need to be like a people's person always, or are there space for different profiles?
Look, what I like in my first couple of roles is it was new to me, so I had to really combine many traits in my personality. Yeah, of course, people's person, this is key. Yeah, but then the charisma. Yeah, the charisma. It's an essential tool to be standing at the front office or at the front desk and facing maybe, I don't know, 50, 80 guests per day with 50 to 80 different stories. And then the listening skills. Yeah, because it's not only about one way. It's 50-50. The people's person talking to the people, but also listening and understanding and how to deal with specific situations. I have dealt, Pablo, with so many situations in my hotel where I had to do very quick reflex and to take very quick actions, even if I was a very junior staff. And this is one third important trait to have in the personality, is to have this quick reflex and expect the unexpected, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, and the rest can be something very general, like your communication skills as well with the guests and within your other departments, especially at the FO, because this is one of the departments where you, as a front office agent, you deal with every single other department.
Okay. Communication skill, expect and expected. I was taking note of that because of the fast-moving industry where you say it's very lively and no days equal, or the same as the previous day. Okay, that's it from my side. It's been very insightful conversation. Really nice to understand and to learn from your experience and your insights of how to treat customers. Really like the point you mentioned about the reviews. That is not what the customer says; is the way you answer and the way you treat them. And really liked as well the way you've described how the teams should be treated as equals so that they feel recognized. Pretty good.
Because at the end of the day, this is the core. Yeah, this is the core of our business. It's a people's industry. Yeah, and that's why I'm not a big fan of the technology. To be very frank, I'm not a big fan. Yes, it can help, but it cannot completely substitute the human element and the person's element when it comes to hospitality. Again, look, every hospitality has one. Well, every industry has one unique trait. Yeah, and hospitality is all about a human being. It's all about interaction. It's all about recommendation. When you go to a restaurant, I would like the waiter to recommend to me what's the best seller, what to eat, what to try, something new, what's new on the menu. without this, it's gonna be a different industry, I would say.
So let's keep the passion there from the people, from both customers and staff. Okay, that will be a key takeaway from today. Karim El Horr, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure having you here on the podcast.
Pablo, thank you for the time. And I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I have a lot. Now that you're talking, I have so many other ideas coming in. I'm going to stop here. Otherwise, you're going to take more time. It was lovely. Thank you so much. And yalla, I hope to see you very soon here in Dubai.
Thanks a lot. Hopefully. Cheers, Karim. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
That was all for now. Hope you found it useful. Remember that you have more information on our website www.torresconsulting.co.uk, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and Twitter. Stay well. Goodbye for now.